Liam, thank you for coming to
Thanks for
the
having me.
Instagram Live edition for Life Coach Kochka. And yeah, we'll just get into it. Talk about your early life, middle school, high school, and where you're at right now.
Okay, so I was born in Palmerado Hospital, so lived in San Diego all 20 years.
Okay.
Went to this tiny preschool. I think it was called some Lutheran preschool. I don't know. I'm not Lutheran.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
But like it was cool. We like dropped eggs and stuff and
Okay.
played with hammers.
Wow. Okay.
It's a bunch of 3 and 4 year olds playing with hammers. That's
Yeah.
totally safe.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
cool though. Good experience. That's actually where I met Daniel Christensen. So
Really? Wow.
yeah,
That
we've known
far.
each other since preschool.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, way back. And then yeah, I went to that preschool for 2 years.
Hmm.
And then I went to Deer Canyon for elementary. That was good stuff, good stuff.
Yeah.
Um, then Mega Nerd Day for middle school, the classic.
Yeah.
And then obviously West U for high school and uh now right now I'm at UCSD. I'm a sophomore at studying mechanical engineering. So
Dude, nice, bro. That's cool. That's cool. All right. So yeah, I forget. Did you do band in middle school?
I did. I think that's when I first met you. We were
Yeah.
talking
Okay.
about like medieval Total War II or
Oh my.
something.
What? Wait. You remember that?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh
You'd
my
always brag
gosh.
about like Scottish pikemen, and I was like, okay, dude,
Oh
like
my gosh. I forgot, dude. And I think you preferred Rome, right?
I did. At the time I
What?
did.
We never even played with each other too, right?
I don't you couldn't at that point. Only
Oh.
with the recent ones can you actually play like multiplayer campaigns or battles, I think.
Oh yeah. Dang it, dude. I want to play with you sometime. I totally forgot about that. Wow. Yeah.
Hmm.
See, we were the smart kids, dude. We played that. I mean, I as dumb as this sounds, I credit that game to my love for history. Like, not even
Oh
kidding.
yeah?
Like that's how I got into history, was that video game. Um,
Mhm.
and I actually learned a lot from that video game. There was a lot of historical inaccuracies, like something stupid, like the Pope did like a jihad against like England in that game. It was so
Or
weird.
Crusade.
Or Crusade,
Actually,
my
no.
bad. Or
There's
weird.
actually four crusades against Christian kingdoms.
Really?
There's like I think there's at least 7 crusades. So you had like the first like 2 or 3
Yeah.
in
Oh
the
yeah.
Middle
There
East.
was a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you had later on
Yeah.
you had one in southern Italy.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
I was just in history. I should remember this. I was just in history.
and
Yeah.
then you had one in northern Spain, I
Bro,
believe,
they had one of kids.
or
Did you know
related.
that? They had an army
Oh
of
yeah, yeah,
kids.
yeah. The
It's,
Children's Crusade.
it's
And then they all
stupid,
got
bro.
enslaved.
Yeah,
It's
and
so terrible.
a lot of weird other bad stuff. Yeah. That was such
Oh,
a
and they
nice.
also
Sorry,
they
good.
also had one in the Baltic against the pagan Lithuanians.
Yes, Teutonic Order, I believe. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, right.
Wait, so you love history then?
Uh, I used to like it a lot more. Now it's
Okay.
just a bunch of reading, so it's like,
Oh
no.
no. Got you.
I
Okay.
read enough engineering textbooks.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's just so weird how like a video game as a kid inspired me to like, like actually
Hmm.
do like history major and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
but yeah,
cool.
so we met in band. Was that officially what you say? We met in band?
I think so, yeah. I don't think we knew each other before.
Okay.
That's probably like seventh grade.
Yeah, did you play saxophone?
I did.
Okay.
You were
Yeah.
trombone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
With
Um,
Jakai?
yes, Jakai, Sophia, Michael Bach, dude. I think it was
Oh
one
my
other
gosh.
kid. I don't remember. But dude,
Those are the only ones I
yeah,
remember.
band was really fun in middle school, man. It was really fun.
Honestly, like it was fun seventh grade, and then like eighth grade kind of sucked.
Oh, okay.
Cause like I don't think Mr. P thought I was pretty trash.
No, really?
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
so yeah, I kind of like stopped trying.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What chair were you during that time?
I think I was last chair
Oh,
eighth grade.
no, dude.
I was behind Chris Liu, and Chris Liu squeaked so much.
Wow.
So I really just like no. I just like in the middle of the concert, I'd be like laughing my ass off because Chris would just squeak so loud,
Oh,
and
dude,
I just like wouldn't even play.
that's so bad. Yeah. I remember I was really good sixth grade year. Seventh
Hmm.
grade, I was mediocre, and then eighth grade, I kind of sucked. Like I like you said, I stopped caring about eighth grade. Like, I mean, you know what's really sad? To this day, I still don't know how to count rests. Yeah, and that's how did I get by? I don't know. I think I trusted Sophia. That's in Jakai. That's literally how I got by. Because like I asked him, what does 4/4 mean? Like what is this? Like I don't. It is so bad, man. Um, but yeah, that's how I officially met. That's cool. Yeah. Um, now did Nathan introduce us, or did we just talk like in band? Do you think?
I don't know. It might have been Nathan who introduced us.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Um, Honestly, Nathan like knew everybody, so
I know.
would
Nathan
not
is
be
the
surprised.
Chad, man. Yeah.
Same thing at UCSD. I saw him with like so many people. It's just like, what the
Bro.
heck? Like,
Dude,
what?
Nathan Bradshaw is gonna be like the president of the United States. I'm not even kidding. Like he has that potential. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
I think he's studying nano engineering now, so I'm not sure what. I think he said he wants to go into, or like his dream is to like design. Last I heard,
mhm.
his dream was to design like power lines that were like super efficient.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So yeah, I'm not sure what he's up to these days. I
Yeah.
say hi to him every once in a while, but
Right. Yeah. Okay. So now, actually, let's go into great detail. How was the transition from middle school to high school for you?
um, it's pretty scary.
How was it? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how it is for most people, but like when you have like
Hmm.
the who is it who welcomes you again?
The who? Sorry. Who welcomes what?
Like the in high school, who is it that like welcomes everyone?
Is it the ASB people?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think it's ASB per se. It's like the ambassadors or something.
The ambassadors. What?
Bless you, ambassadors, or is that something that might be different?
I'm not too sure. So.
Okay. Anyways, the people who like I don't know, they're a bunch of like jocks and like cheerleaders, and I was like terrified, and they're like all like way too close,
Yeah.
and yeah, you have to sneeze. Never mind, I don't have to sneeze.
Oh, okay, we're good. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So what about like classes and teachers freshman year? How was that?
Um, it was definitely an adjustment.
Hmm.
Um, I my eighth grade teacher wasn't very good.
Okay.
It was a lot. It was a lot of just like classroom discussion and not a lot of like actual learning.
Mm. Yeah.
So as fun as that was, like looking back, it probably wasn't the best.
Right. Yeah.
And so what happened was when I came into like freshman year, what was it? Oh, honors English. I was
Hmm.
like, oh, this is brutal. Like I did
Yeah.
okay eventually, but I had Lucero,
Okay.
and he was just, oh, he was very frustrating.
Yeah. Okay.
And then because it was honors English, there's a bunch of crazies in there,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they'd be beating up people with swords and stuff like that. It
Wait.
was,
What?
yeah,
Wait.
because we have to play, we have to perform Romeo and Juliet,
Oh. Okay.
and there's like a bunch of sword fights.
Yeah.
And being into history, I had a bunch of like toy swords and stuff,
Nice.
and
Yeah.
so I brought those to like a film practice day,
Yeah.
and Seth Siegel and I were like beaten by Vivian Nguyen or Win, sorry, and Ashley Tai,
Okay.
and so that was
Bro.
something.
I guess
Mostly
looking.
Seth got beaten, and then we would steal the swords and like run away.
You had to do that, huh?
Yeah,
Like that was
there
part
was
of
no
the.
choice.
God, was it? I mean, looking back, was it worth taking honors English freshman year?
Um, I mean, I didn't really learn a lot in that class. I
That's
wish I had a different
hilarious.
teacher.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
it's probably worth it, but like especially because what I heard, uh, from what I heard from someone else in like the regular English, it was just like for me, it would have been way too easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
God.
I mean, like, it's just being in an environment that's challenging.
Right.
But it was
Um.
brutal. The readings were way too long.
Yeah, I bet, dude. Ugh, I
So
couldn't. Yeah. Um. So what about sophomore year? How about that?
sophomore year was probably better.
Okay.
That was yeah, there's a lot of ups and downs. As far as classes go, it was all right.
Hmm.
Lots of APs. Calculus was fun.
Yeah.
I had Mr. Win. He was the good one, the good one.
Yeah.
And he was fun. There's one time I got pooped on by Siegel right before class, right in front of him, and he like just held almost a completely straight face. I was like, "How?"
Wow.
And he
What?
says, "Yeah," and and I was like, oh, "Man, can I like give you my backpack and like rinse off?" And he's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
no problem." And he had this phrase. He's like, "Sometimes you're," that he'd always say to like whenever someone was having a bad day. He'd be like, "Oh, sometimes you're the pigeon, sometimes you're the statue." And then as soon as I
Wow.
walk in, someone's like, some days you're the pigeon, and some days you're the statue. Like
That's
directed
funny.
right at me because I was all mad because I just gotten
I
pooped
know. Poop.
everywhere.
Wow. I didn't know that. Well, yeah. That's a great line. I'm gonna steal that from him. So wait. So I forget. When did you start soccer for high school? Was it freshman year?
um, yeah, I mean, I've been playing
Okay.
soccer for a while.
Okay.
Um, I had to take a break for
Mm-hmm.
back surgery
Whoa. Okay.
between seventh and eighth grade.
Gotcha.
But other than that, I've been playing almost nonstop since kindergarten. So by the time I got to high school, I was playing club
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, freshman team, and then obviously I played the next couple years.
Yeah. Did like over? I mean, I know in private we talked about your soccer team. Like we kind of talked about it. Like, but overall, would you say was it a great experience with your team? Was it not good? Like, how would you overall rate it with that
I'd say
program?
I'd say freshman and sophomore year were good experiences.
Okay.
Even though we kind of sucked. But I mean, yeah, it was like there's ups and downs, Um, one of the, I mean, it's the coaching mostly. Like the coaching makes it. The coach
Yeah.
makes or breaks the team.
Right.
I mean, freshman and sophomore year, like they were good people on the team.
Hmm.
They're like maybe they weren't like good at soccer necessarily, but they were like fun to be around. So
Right. Yeah.
that made the experience good. Like Marshall was fun to have around.
Right. Yeah. So it got better junior senior kind of thing.
I'd say probably worse. It's
Oh, worse.
more
No.
stressful and like
Oh.
everyone's like
Okay.
super competitive and
Hmm.
I mean senior year was pretty miserable.
Wow. Okay.
There's a lot of insecurities on the team and a lot of a
Wow.
lot of bad bad vibes, I guess you could say.
Wow. Really? That.
There's
Okay.
a lot of drama senior year on the soccer team.
What?
People did not like me.
Really?
No, I was
What?
captain and Coughlin was like I was like the only person Coughlin liked and I didn't like him back.
Okay.
And yeah, that was not great.
But Liam, you're like a god amongst men, dude. What do you mean? Like, who doesn't like you? What? That dang, I didn't know about this. Well, I wasn't familiar with
'Cause I
that
don't know.
world, so obviously, but like, okay, for football, so I played freshman sophomore year. Freshman year was
Hmm.
my favorite year. We were actually the best, 6-3-1.
Yeah, I
Never
remember.
forget the record. We tied Poway. I was pissed.
Ooh.
That's why we had that one. But so it was really we were a really good team and we're really like family based in the sense of like we supported each other
Yeah,
and there wasn't any beef or anything like that.
that's good.
Sophomore year was kind of when we had like the division because all the really good guys got pulled up to
Hmm.
varsity, um, and then we had a really I had a really bad experience with the head coach mainly because he left after like the third game. And
Oh,
so
what
we
the
didn't,
heck?
yeah, we didn't have like a head coach. So the
Huh.
assistant coach had to step up, and we only won like what 4 games, and then
Damn.
and then I quit sophomore year and I moved to actually rugby for junior senior year. Um, but I think once Coach Woodward left to go um back north or whatever, he I think the program really went downhill.
Mm.
Honestly, the way the new coach kind of taught was more about like I mean, I understand like to win mentality, but I feel like you need to build up a relationship first, and then
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and then get to like
yeah,
the win
definitely.
mentality. So you kind of screwed that team over.
Yeah, definitely.
They kind of sucked, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But we'll go back to you. What about junior year for you?
Uh, it was, I mean, my brother kind of told me like, oh yeah, junior year is gonna be great going in, and I don't know, it was all right.
It's just all right.
Um, at that point, I started getting really into my environmental club, APE.
Okay. Yeah.
So, a common misconception that people at Westview have is that I like created the club. I
Hmm.
didn't. It
Okay.
like always existed,
Yeah.
and in the past, it's been known for like being the club where all the hot guys are because it's
Hey.
just like a bunch of football players. But they
Yes.
also like didn't do anything.
Okay.
And so Mr. Whitney, the advisor, was pretty pissed that they like, or he was like frustrated that they hadn't been able to get anything done.
Yeah.
And so he's like really looking to like revamp it. And so he brought in, I don't know if you remember Maylin Shi. She was in
I
the
I
grade above us.
I don't remember no.
Okay. Well, anyways, her and I kind of just built the club back up with the help of Nina Wilk and Zoe Fox. And
Hmm.
then senior year, that's when I was the vice president or one of the vice presidents at the time of the junior
Wow.
year. And then
Okay.
senior year, Zoe and I became president. So
So
that was interesting.
so you were the guys who actually like reformed the club
We
and made
built it. We basically, yeah, we built it from. I wouldn't say built it from scratch, but we rebuilt it from
dude.
basically nothing.
Please tell me you put that in your resume for everything. Like I succeeded at a failed club, dude. We made it. We managed to make it good. That's awesome.
Yeah, I did a lot.
Okay, then I guess that leads to I guess senior year. How was senior year for you?
Um, it was better, I'd say. I like it's probably better than junior year.
Okay.
Um, in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
In a lot of other ways, like not so much.
Hmm.
Um, because I mean, getting into college was like pretty stressful, and then, um, yeah, especially because I got rejected from my one of my number ones. I was like tied between
Oh
UCSD and Cal Poly, and it was really frustrating
no. Yeah.
because my brother and sister had both gone to Cal Poly SLO. So, and I did better in school than both of them.
Bro, le- okay, conspiracy theory. I think they don't want a dynasty of your family at that school, so they're probably like, we know Liam's gonna get in here, so we can't allow him. That's my theory, bro. Dude, that's messed up though. Wow.
I
Yeah.
think the problem was that they accepted too many people
Oh, okay.
the year before,
Mm.
and so they didn't have the space, especially in their engineering program.
Uh-huh.
But the choice was kind of made for me. I'd go to UCSD. It was either that or SDSU, and fuck SDSU.
No, I think my transfer there.
It's a good school. It's a good school.
It's a good school. I know. No, yeah, we know.
There's
We
good.
know. We don't have to sugarcoat it. That's hilarious. So that's so interesting for high school. It was like a mixed bag, I guess, huh? For you?
Yeah, there's a lot of ups and downs. I made
Yeah.
a lot of mistakes,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
that doesn't help you.
Right. Yeah.
But
Huh.
there's definitely a lot
So
of good people though that I met.
right, and bad people as well. But
Oh yeah, you got to balance it out somehow.
um, so this is interesting. So would you like redo or go back and change some things from high school, or you're kind of set what you did there, and you're just like, I don't really care to go back and fix anything.
I mean, for a while there was definitely things that I regretted.
Yeah.
Um, especially probably sophomore year. There's a couple things.
Hmm.
Mostly actually freshman year too.
Okay.
Most of them girl related. Um,
No.
kind of
Yeah.
messed things up later.
Mm.
Yeah. Uh, anyways, I mean, I don't really dwell on it now because
Right. Right.
for the most part, I'm in like a pretty good place. I have a lot of I met a lot of good people at UCSD. So
Yeah.
um, I'm not too upset with that. And
Right.
I've like told some of my friends like, oh, like I kind of regret some of the things that happened in high school, but at the same time, like I don't know if I would go back
Yeah.
and change it because it made me who I am today.
Yeah.
So
I love the answer because it's so cliche, but it's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. I know
It
you're being
is
honest
true,
there.
you know, like
Yeah.
because I mean, if you think about it, if you go back, then like there's no motivation to go back because you changed it and you fixed everything. You know,
Mm,
that's like the one of the main conundrums, I guess you could say.
yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah. So, okay, talk about the transition to college. How was that? How do you love college life and stuff like that?
I mean, college life is always going to be 10 times better than high school. No
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
question.
Yeah.
The parties, the people, like the environment, it's just all better.
Right,
Um,
yeah.
and so, I mean, I remember kind of like when I went to high school, I was scared at
Hmm.
first, or I was anxious, I guess you could
Right.
say.
Yeah.
Like I was ready to move on,
Hmm.
get a fresh start,
Yeah.
um, and kind of find myself a little bit better. And I mean, the first day was like kind of rough, but because I go to UCSD, like
Yeah.
I'm already so close to home that I can come home whenever I want.
Hmm.
Uh, and in fact, my parents didn't even want to like help me move in, so I moved in all by myself into my
Wow.
dorm. So I lived
Okay.
on campus, um, past 2 years.
Hmm.
So it's like I need some experience at college, and like the
Right.
commute is miserable. So
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Right. Well, that's
And
awesome that you kind of like took that initiative there. You're like, you know what? I know my parents don't want to help me move out, but I'm still gonna do it, kind of thing.
I mean, they just like
Um.
told me to go do it, and they're like, okay, like you can take the car, like go and move
Oh,
in.
okay.
And then I was on the
Yeah.
fifth floor too,
Oh my gosh,
so
dude.
that was like, it was kind of nasty.
Yeah.
But I mean, I did
Yeah.
it, and it's no problem. I think like part of it is they just like didn't want to really like have an emotional goodbye.
Oh,
Which like I
really?
guess I guess I understand, like
Yeah,
it
but
was
that comes
pretty
off
emotional
even
when my siblings
worse.
left.
I know, but that comes off even worse because, like, we don't want to feel bad, so we're just gonna send you by yourself. Like, if you view it that way, kind of thing.
I mean, I think they
Um,
also kind of figured that I'm gonna be like at home, so like every
good
other week,
point.
anyways.
Right. Yeah.
Like it's not really a goodbye; it's more of like a soft goodbye.
That's a good point. Yeah.
But
Well,
like,
you're.
yeah, they still didn't like want me to leave. They're like, you should just like stay at home for the like welcome week. And I was like, no, I want to be there. The
Yeah.
heck, I want to meet people.
Oh, speaking of meeting people, so okay, are you taking any summer classes or no?
No, I'm working. I have an internship,
Oh,
so I'll
I
be working remote. But
right.
yeah, I don't think I'll be taking any summer classes. I don't think I'll have the time or the energy.
Got you. Yeah. So, um, for the fall semester though, or term, whatever, um, is that gonna be on Zoom, like online, or are they gonna do in class again?
So for UCSD, they're trying to do a mix.
Okay.
So some are in person, like
Hmm.
lab classes. Lab classes are
Yeah.
basically all in person,
Right.
but the majority of lectures are online through Zoom, which is going to be
Wow.
really miserable. So I have to
No.
live I'm living at home another quarter, and it's not fun.
Bro, why? What? Okay, I'm just gonna rant, dude. What idiots, bro? Can't they just use Canvas, like or My Connect, wherever they call? Because that's what Miramar does. And
We do.
oh, okay, so
We
it's
use
like a high.
Canvas,
Uh huh.
yeah, and then um, from Canvas they like post Zoom recordings. Like there's Zoom integration into Canvas, and that's how they do the
Oh.
lectures.
Okay, but it's not like where you get to. It's like a set time meeting. You have to be there, kind of thing. It's not like that, right? Or is it?
Well, we have so many international students that they can't really do that feasibly, especially because
Okay.
so many people moved back.
Okay.
Like I think 20% UCSC is international. So
Huh. Okay.
yeah, it's not easy. You can't really do it.
Right.
Uh,
Well, it works out for you. So,
I mean,
because
I'm
yeah.
local, yeah, but
Yeah, yeah, because Zoom is just it's just so I don't know it's just so bad, man. I don't
miserable.
know. It's
It's
miserable.
miserable.
Yeah, I dropped my I we the first day of summer school was yesterday. I realized I took
Hmm.
a stats class, and I flunked stats by the way in fall,
Hmm.
and I had to retake it. And then when I realized it was all online, but then I realized the first day, like, oh yeah, by the way, guys, we have a Zoom call meeting every Monday and Wednesday for 2 hours. I'm just like, nope. I dropped the class.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I, I can't, dude. The fact that it's Zoom and Accelerate and Stats, which I flunked, there's just no way.
Yeah,
I'm miserable.
yeah.
So, but I'm taking a history class,
Hmm.
and that's completely online. That's completely my Connect,
Hmm.
no Zoom whatsoever. It's
Nice.
just like I don't know why. I mean, you and I would probably prefer just completely on Canvas, right? I would assume, like, just go full on, not not like a weird hybrid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like the idea of having like some classes in person,
Hmm.
um, especially because they're a lot smaller.
Okay, yeah,
But Zoom Canvas, I don't. It's bad. It's just really
yeah,
hard to like stay focused and
exactly,
stay
yeah,
on top of things. Like usually I'm like really good about reading the textbook before class, so I like learn it even better and stuff.
right, yeah.
But this past quarter, no. Like I still did all right,
Mm.
but I felt like I didn't learn half as well as I would have otherwise if it was like an in-person lecture.
Exactly, yeah. So, and for all the students that like just do way better in
Hmm.
class, they must be miserable. Yeah, miserable because the transition online, if they're so used to like a set schedule, because online it's pretty like you're kind of free. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
you kind of submit when you want, and when you take away that structure for students who like that, that's gonna make them go crazy, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that lack of structure really got to me by the end. I was like,
yeah,
I felt like I was looking at the camera, and I I was
I
talking to
want to
Justin
die.
Foster,
Yeah,
and we were both like complaining about how long we had to spend in front of a screen, and it was just terrible.
yeah.
Did not
Hopefully,
enjoy that.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm just thinking, how long is it gonna last? You know
I
what
know,
I mean?
right? Like,
All these Zoom calls.
I
Yeah.
hope they get that vaccine by the end of the year, like they're hoping.
Okay, you're
Really
smart
hope.
though. So, but don't vaccines take like like if they want to perfect it, if that's even a word
Mhm.
for that, doesn't it take like years to do that kind of thing though?
So usually, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Usually it takes like around like 10 years, but
Oh my
because they're
gosh.
a lot
Yeah.
of pharmaceutical companies are just dumping so many resources into development, and a bunch of governments are also like funneling money into vaccine development like crazy.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's a lot of incentive, and so they can get a lot of really smart people,
Yeah.
and plus vaccine researchers, they already know how to make vaccines. They already
Hmm.
know how coronaviruses work, and they know effective ways of getting vaccines to prevent disease.
Yeah.
So really, it's just kind of like making a special recipe for this
Mm.
particular virus, to so
Yeah.
that the vaccine attaches to the special um, protrusions and proteins on the
Got,
outside membrane.
gotcha.
And so, yeah, like they know a lot already, and
Yeah.
because there's so many resources, and actually, some researchers have already been like developing like a vaccine for all coronaviruses, not just
Wow.
COVID-19.
Okay.
And so they're already really far ahead and far along.
Hmm.
And so those are some of those are actually the ones that are going um, into phase three, which is the final stage before vaccines get approved. So that's
Wow.
like full scale human trials.
Okay.
So there's
Okay.
I think last I saw there's two.
I see it.
And
Gotcha.
thanks Nestor.
Dude, now I gotta say something. I gotta say something stupid after that rant of a comment, dude. Like, what if the cure is like bat blood? I would laugh so hard. Like, like they take bat blood. They're like, oh yeah, that's like the main ingredient that helps you cure it. That'd be so funny if that was the case.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, then all the bats to be dead.
I know.
That'd be bad.
No more markets. No more markets. Going away from that, dude. Um, so I guess where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Um, so that's like one of the things that I've been really trying to figure out lately a lot.
Yeah.
Um, especially because like I'm not seeing people as much. So, um, I mean, I even talked to some of my friends about this, and they're like going through the same thing where they're really just like questioning their life choices
Whoa. Yeah.
and kind of just like really thinking about like what they want to do in the future, like how
Hmm.
they want to make like that impact, right, that everyone wants to make.
Yeah.
So, I should say most everyone. Some people don't
I mean,
care.
yeah, come on, man. Giving too much credit, dude. But yeah,
Too much of an optimist.
yeah, yeah.
And like, yeah, I kind of realized like, I haven't really done enough.
Hmm.
And so I was thinking about it, I'll make three plans
Okay,
for my future, for my 3 5-year plans.
okay.
And so like for me, the first one is obviously after I finish up my internship uh this summer and hope I'll get another internship next summer.
Hmm.
Um, Try to work for some company, whether that's or probably either a robotics company or some space company like or institute like JPL,
Wow.
some laboratory,
Okay.
um, or at least after I get my master's. So I mean, obviously, so rambling a little bit, but
Right.
right now my plan is to get a master's basically right after
Hmm.
I graduate
Yeah.
from my bachelor's,
Hmm.
and so from there I'll probably end up trying to work for somewhere like NASA or um,
Dude.
that's plan one. Plan one is to work at
Yeah.
NASA or a national lab of some sort or some other
Okay.
like kind of R&D type research and development type firm.
Okay.
Um, just because like automation, controls, robotics, that type of stuff is like in space and a lot of other things are really interesting to me
Right.
at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's like plan one. Plan two is to keep working at Northrop Grumman and then try and get into their. They have a sector called space systems, and so that's like the one that's building the latest space telescope, the James Webb.
Okay. Okay.
So that's what I'm hoping that if I were to keep working at Northrop Grumman, that's what I would hope to work on, because
Hmm.
I don't necessarily agree with a lot of the other like things that they build, like their bombs and stuff.
No, they build bombs. No.
They
Wow.
recently acquired a company that builds like small munitions. Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
they're like the number one supplier of small munitions for the U.S. Army.
Dude, it's crazy.
So
Okay.
uh,
Yeah.
I don't really, I'm not super comfortable with that.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, it is what it is.
And what's the
That's my
third
second plan.
option? Working at Subway? Not even working. Yeah.
Third option is to just go like become some like nature person. I don't know.
Wait. Okay, you gotta go into detail. Nature person. What do you mean by that?
Like someone who does like a bunch of outdoor activity or like outdoor adventures and like posts about it, does like um for example like Nat Geo. Something at Nat Geo would
Oh,
be super cool. Because I do like
yeah.
photography. Like Daniel and I sometimes will go out and take pictures.
Hmm.
Or the last time I was the model, but I was still like
Hey, yeah.
offering suggestions
Hmm.
as far as like camera angle and stuff because we were doing it together.
Right.
Obviously, he was the one taking the pictures and doing all the tricky stuff, but I was still trying to help.
Hmm.
Because I did take photography in high school, so I do have some background in that. So
Yeah.
I think something like that would be really cool. That's like kind of
Um,
plan three. Still
yeah.
haven't worked out all the details yet, but
Oh, I
something
kind
like
of
that
want.
would be super cool, I think.
I know this is like your life, but I think it'd be really cool if you did if you're like a forest ranger or something like that for
Forest
like a
ranger.
national park.
Like a park ranger.
Yeah, park ranger. Yeah.
I don't know, because that's like they don't get paid very much.
That's what it comes down to. Yeah.
And
Okay.
they also like they don't do great activities. Like a lot of times they also besides like education, which is like that would be the fun part. But the
Yeah.
like not fun part would be like picking up trash and shit.
Oh yeah, they usually just stay in their like cabin. They're like the visitor center, like they're at the desk like most of the time anyway. So I
Yeah,
guess you
like
get they don't really do anything.
yeah, I mean
Yeah.
I think they do rotations, but it's a lot of customer service type stuff.
Oh, I
In
see.
like service industry. And I don't know. I don't think I would have the energy or like the desire to do that. It just doesn't seem like something that would interest me particularly.
Gotcha. Um, I forget. Are you into like marine life? Because there's another job I'm thinking
Hmm.
of. You are into
Yeah,
like marine biology
definitely.
and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, my
There.
sister's a marine biologist.
Well, that's sick. Wait, did she work
So
at the La Jolla thingy bobber or no?
no, she's her specialty or like what she's really trying to get into
Uh
is
huh.
like marine policy. So working with like nonprofits to
Oh,
develop
okay.
like conservation strategies and enforcement strategies. And then obviously education is the big thing for her.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, when you said marine policy, I thought you meant like actual like fish, like communicating. I'm not even kidding. I was like, where are you? I was like, where are you going with this, Liam? What marine policy? They don't need policies in the ocean. Stupid of me, but because the reason why I bring that up, make this sound smart. There's this guy. He was actually on Joe Rogan, and
Mhm,
he's like a marine biologist, and he actually made this some kind of device that cleans up trash in the ocean.
mhm.
I think his name's like uh, Boyat Slat or something like that. Something like super Eastern European. I know,
Okay,
but
nice.
but
Yeah.
my point is though he has I think it's a nonprofit organization that cleans up oceans. I wonder if that would that interest you kind of thing? Do like some kind of like ocean cleanup or that kind of realm? I guess.
Um, Potentially, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I do like the ocean a lot.
Hmm.
And that is like one of the things that I would explore like as a career, right? Um,
Yeah.
there's a lot of like underwater autonomous vehicles, um, and other like cool things ocean related, like sensor networks
Yeah.
that would be really fun to work on, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
dude. Yeah, get the
yeah.
best of both worlds. Maybe like work at NASA for a bit and then work for like some marine company. That'd be
Yeah.
sick, dude. That'd be
Well, the
awesome.
thing about NASA is they actually do like a lot of like marine tracking.
Oh,
They
okay.
actually do a lot of research on the ocean because like if you think about it, they're like studying the Earth, right? And like
Yeah.
space. It's like Earth is in space.
Yeah.
So, and there's like a lot you can learn like from life on Earth and
Hmm.
apply it to like other planets and stuff. And so if
Yeah.
you learn like the dynamics of like the ocean or like volcanoes, you can apply that to like, oh, how did Mars have oceans in the past? Stuff like that.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it like something crazy like we only discovered like 2% of the ocean or something crazy like that? Like we haven't even like
Explored like fully.
explored.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because most of the ocean is deep water
Hmm.
and like very far offshore.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So most of like what people have explored is like along the coast, and even then, like it's still hard. It's still really
Right.
hard. So like a place like La Jolla is like very well explored, but there's still like new things that pop up all the time. It's a really dynamic environment.
Yeah, that's so sick. Did you ever watch Challenger Deep with the guy who directed Avatar and Titanic? What was his name?
James Cameron.
Yeah, did you ever watch that like documentary of how he did that?
I think I saw parts of it. I don't
Okay.
think I saw all of it though.
It's really
Um,
interesting. Just the fact that he went to like the Mariana Trench, like
yeah,
a
right.
little yeah, submarine pod thing and survived. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah. I don't know. Like the ocean. Oh, this is an interesting question. Not really, it's kind of unorthodox, but would you rather be like trapped in space or the ocean, actually? For like a week, let's say. Like you, yeah.
Like in the ocean, like on the top of the ocean, or like in a sub.
Nah, bro. We're going deep, dude. Not like
uh,
the like the darkest places, but like I mean, because like what's more fearful, like the ocean or space? I guess space, because it's like nothingness, right?
yeah.
And this, yeah. But then the
That's a good
ocean's like,
question.
but the ocean's like an abyss too, and anything can eat you. So it's like a 50-50 chance. I don't know, man.
Find that megalodon.
Dude.
That.
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think I'd probably spend like a week in space
Okay.
because I feel like that would really change my perspective on a lot of things.
Yeah, it would because like if you're in a submarine, you're just gonna see like you're on Earth already. You've already seen water. Like at least in space,
Hmm.
you can like see like like most of Earth. So it's a good point.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right, going back to questions. What are some hobbies and passions that you enjoy?
Um, well, I feel like I have a lot of hobbies.
Yeah.
But I'll probably just like list a few.
Hmm.
Um, lately I've been doing a lot of gardening, because like the Rona. For a while,
Yeah.
for a while we
Yeah.
like couldn't go outside, and so like I couldn't exercise really,
Yeah.
and I couldn't do some of my other like outdoors activities, like or hobbies, I mean.
Hmm.
And so I was gardening, and so I'm actually almost done with my last garden project, which
Okay.
is
Are
like
we
a stone path.
talking? Okay. Are we talking? like vegetables and fruits as well, kind of thing? Or
Lots of different stuff.
wow.
Like totally cleaned up our like our backyard garden,
Uh-huh.
and then I added like a stone path as
Okay.
well. Oh, that's like the last thing that I'm working on.
Yeah.
I installed 2 garden beds, and
Yeah.
I planted a bunch of strawberries in there.
Hmm.
And then, well, I also planted a tree, and I moved a bunch of plants.
What the heck, bro? This is all by yourself?
I had help from my parents, but I did probably the
Right.
most of the work. I also
Okay.
moved a bunch of blackberries.
Wow.
So I mean, I tell I tell friends how many plants we have, like fruiting plants we have, and like vegetables, and like damn, you have like a plantation.
Yeah, what the plantation? Yeah. What the how do you okay, so my mom has attempted gardens in the past. This is like her fourth
hmm
attempt. What
hmm
what are the essentials to keep your garden alive, would you say?
Water
Yeah.
and good soil.
Okay.
So what is she trying to grow it in like the ground or in like pots?
She has like this weird pot thing, irrigation
Okay.
system. Yeah. So,
Okay. It's like a
yeah.
special it's like a pot.
Yeah, like have you
It's
seen those
not
like those they're not it's not like actual pot, but like like I think they sell them at
like a
Home Depot.
raised bed.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are usually pretty good.
Okay.
Adding worm castings, which is just like worm poop,
Oh, okay. Okay.
to like the like a scoop of that when you plant your plant or like when you plant your
Mm.
seeds, that's usually really good. Um, that they really like that. Um, you also need to make sure so o- obviously for us we have because we have so many plants, like it's really hard to keep them all alive if we were watering by hand. So we have like a drip system. And so
Gotcha.
I
Yeah.
worked a lot on that. And it's a lot of work, but it's worth it
Mhm.
for
Yeah.
sure. And so you can get consistent water. Bark chips also help a lot because it
Bark
keeps the water
chips.
in,
Okay.
or like some type of mulch.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, you really just have to tailor your like gardening to each individual plant. And
Oh,
so
that
like,
sounds so annoying.
well, not really. You just have to look up. Usually on the seed packs,
Oh,
it'll
okay.
say like, oh, okay, this needs like lots of sun. This doesn't need much sun.
Mhm.
Um, and you just try to find an area where okay, this will do well in my backyard in this area. You also need to look at like I mean, there's so many things you can look at. You can look at everything from like the soil acidity to like what you're putting in the soil.
Right.
So some like the soil around here is usually pretty alkaline and doesn't drain well, but
Mm.
um, you can add amendments. You can just it's a lot of work, but you can like dig holes and you can fill it in with like some store-bought compost or whatever and
Gotcha. Yeah.
fix the soil up.
Okay. Wow.
Uh,
I never knew you did gardening, so like, that's new to
yeah,
me.
I mean, really, because I did a lot at Westview. Like I built those gardens.
I did not pay attention. I did not pay attention to those gardens. No.
Yeah, like the we yeah for ABE we planted like a flower garden like
Okay.
outside Mr. Winnie's room, and we also made like a food garden where they keep like the ASB float platforms.
Wait, there's a food garden in Westview currently?
Yeah, I even built a greenhouse.
What the heck, man? I could have
Yeah, it's in the
stolen,
Nexus.
bro. Could have stolen some food, make some.
It was
Man.
locked. It was locked.
Oh, oh. So the only the pompous teachers can get the forbidden fruit and vegetables. Wow. And
Unless
you
you had
guys
the
made
key.
it.
I had the key.
Wait. So
Could have just asked me. I would have given you some.
yeah. Yeah. Too bad we can't go back in time. Damn it. Um.
They weren't
Okay.
that good.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting though. Oh wow. Okay. So any other hobbies? Like you said, you got a list.
Yeah. I do quite a bit of mountain biking these days.
Hmm.
That's always fun. Um, obviously soccer. I play that every once in a while.
Yeah.
Um, what else? I don't really, unlike you guys and the Daniel crew, I don't play a lot of video games,
Yeah.
but every
I,
once in a while.
I thought you were gonna go there. There's a road through it. Right. Right. For sure.
Uh, I also like to snorkel a lot, so that's like where I get most of my ocean fix from.
Yeah.
Um, I'm okay at surfing. I actually am pretty bad. But I
Hmm.
try.
Right.
Um, let's see what else. What
You look
else?
like a golf guy. Do you golf?
I don't golf. I hate golf. Fuck
Okay.
golf.
Okay. I hate golf. Okay, never mind. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
No,
Yeah. It's pretty boring. It's pretty boring. Yeah.
it's so no.
Yeah.
Like
No.
mini golf is fine, but like
Right.
like that's it. And I can
Exactly.
only do that like once a year max.
I know. It's overwhelming. Yeah.
It's too much. Um, I recently started learning how to play guitar. Still not very good at that, but I try.
Hmm. Right.
Um, yeah, lots of most of my activities that I do are outdoors.
Yeah.
So, like camping related, hiking, that type of stuff.
Right.
And
Bro,
then,
you're like a jack
yeah,
of all trades of everything, dude. What the heck, man? Like Liam, you're like literally good at everything, bro. It is
not
mind
good at everything.
boggling. Oh,
I
come
suck at
on,
surfing. I
bro.
suck at guitar.
Okay, no, 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 no. I'll say this. I'll say this. If there was like, let's say World War III happens, because I honestly I could see that happening in the near future. Let's say World War III happens. Like you're the guy I'm going to. Like if we're out of food and stuff like that, when you get water source, I'm not even kidding. I'm going to you, bro. Like, because I feel like because you're so familiar with like nature and stuff like that, and you can take you know experience from classes you take in
Mhm.
college, and then your athletics can get you further than other people who are out of shape. I don't know, man. It's just you're my go-to guy, bro. If stuff goes down.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, we'll flee
I
to we'll flee to Mammoth. That'll be a good place, I think. So,
maybe yeah.
anyways,
There is a
yeah,
lot of water there.
yeah. Plus I have a condo there, so
Oh, okay, yeah. There you go. There you go.
so we better to live up there.
Yeah, it's just
Um,
food supply. You gotta find that somehow.
yeah, there's not. I mean, there's some fish up there. Obviously, there's deer.
Hmm.
I don't know if there's a lot of fruit. I don't know, like wild berries. I don't know about that. Um,
I don't know. I don't know if the Sierras are particularly known for their berries.
yeah, probably not. No.
I know they do have some. Like even the mountains around here have like wild blackberries, I think, and
Oh,
wild strawberries. Definitely wild strawberries.
really? Where would we find wild strawberries?
There's a hike that I went on. I used to be part of like this YMCA group called Adventure Guides,
Okay.
and then later, if you're older, it's Trailblazers. I
Hmm.
think I want to say Nico was actually in it too.
Oh, whoa.
But
Okay.
there's like quite a few people that grew up in there that I vaguely remember from
Mm.
Adventure Guides. But one of
Hmm.
the hikes we did was in Cuyamaca State Park,
Okay.
and it's kind of like to this. I think it's called Monument Trail, and it goes to this old crash site of like a Cessna,
Okay.
and so you see like an old rusty like plane wreck. It's kind of
Wow.
cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, but part of the hike, you're kind of going through the forest and stuff, and there's a lot of. At one point, I definitely remember there being like wild strawberries,
Wow. Okay.
but there's other berries too. Like you probably know lemonade berries or lemonade
No,
bushes.
I
Lemonade
don't know.
bushes, okay, they're
Yeah.
everywhere.
Wait, is that the stuff you see at like even at schools, like those red looking things? No, or not.
Uh,
No, never mind.
they're really
Scratch,
big and bushy. They're really
scratch
big
that.
bushes.
Scratch,
Okay.
scratch that. Okay, never mind.
I'm sure if I pointed it out, you'd be like, "Oh, that's what that is."
Oh, okay.
But
Uh,
there's also manzanita berries in the local mountains around here. Those are pretty good.
wow. Dude, that's interesting. So, um, is the reason for that is because well, I don't know if you know this, but or I'm just curious if you know this. Do you know if Cuyamaca has a higher elevation than
Mhm.
Julian? Do you think it does?
It's about the
Cuyamaca?
same height.
About the same? Oh, okay.
It's about 4,500 feet
Huh. So then why don't you think there's a lot of berries in Julian?
because
Would you
people
say?
always eat them. There's a lot of people around
Oh,
there.
does that really come down to it?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm
They
like,
pick them.
no. Okay.
Also, I mean, manzanita berries are really, you can't really get much off of them. But if you get them at like the right time, they taste like sour apples.
Bro, honestly, if you're down, we should go foraging. I know that's like the weirdest thing to do, but I am so down to go foraging with you. Like, just find a bunch of like freaking vegetables and then make like a stew or something.
We'll have to go up to the mountains or something.
Dude, yeah,
I don't know that many edible plants, but I'm sure
right.
there's. I know where to find like some guides that like
Okay.
have more than what I already know.
Yeah, dude, that's sick though. Yeah, wow.
Like there's this like weed up in the mountains
Hmm.
called pineapple weed,
Okay.
and it has like these tiny little yellow flowers,
Hmm.
and it like actually tastes like pineapple.
Wow. Huh.
And then you know those like kind of stringy like yellow flowers that you see in the canyons a
Stringy
lot?
yellow flowers. Yeah, I think so.
Um, that's wild mustard. It's actually
Wow.
invasive, but
Oh,
you can eat those, and it tastes like raw broccoli.
it tastes like raw vodka. That's
Yeah.
funny.
So if you're in a pinch, like, there you go.
I think the one fruit I did see in the Rancho Penasquillos Canyon was actually a watermelon patch. I thought that was the craziest thing.
Watermelon.
Yeah, well, I think it was. I mean, it was really small. It had like the texture of the watermelon. You know, like it's like green with like the weird like darker spots of the
Yeah.
watermelon. Yeah, it looked like a watermelon patch, which is really cool.
Hmm.
But
I
that's
feel
like
like that was not native. I feel like someone planted that.
oh for sure. Yeah, I'm like whoa, dude, watermelons. I wonder if it's still there to this day. But
I'd be surprised.
yeah. Let's see. Um, Kind of a funny question, but like, what grinds your gears, Liam?
It grinds my gears.
Yeah, pet peeves.
Pet peeves. Oof. I
Yeah.
complain about a lot of stuff,
Okay.
but
What's like the number
um,
one?
the number one,
Yeah.
that's really hard.
Okay.
Um, I mean, lately I've been getting mad at people who like make a claim and then like don't back it up, or like it's just like bad logic, I guess you could say.
Whoa.
You find a
Yeah.
lot of that on Instagram these days. Like,
Yeah.
I definitely
Okay.
agree just because I like agree with it, I am
Yeah.
like a little bit critical of like the uh the strategy that they're employing.
Yeah. You're more. Would you say you're just way more? I guess it sounds weird, but like more evidence based. Like you're like okay, we gotta look at the facts first before we actually like put it out there,
Mhm.
kind of thing. Don't like do that at
Yeah,
impulse.
that's
Gotcha.
accurate, yeah.
Right. Gotcha. Okay.
That's not like big though. I feel like most of the time, like what really bothers me is just like people being inconsiderate or like
Mm,
being like a jerk, I guess. Like,
yeah.
I mean, those are like pretty standard, pretty basic, but
Right.
like being fake, oof, being fake just really
Oh,
like, ooh, grinds my
oh.
gears.
Yeah, I've dealt with that in the past. Yeah, man. Um, have you had a lot of experience with fake people, kind of thing? Is that why?
Kind in high school, yeah, I just like
Yeah.
there's a lot of people, even if they weren't fake, they were like flaky.
Mm.
And so that's like, yeah, being flake or flaky just really grinds my
What
gears.
do you mean by flake? You mean like they plan something and like last minute they quit or they don't want to show up or stuff like
Or
that?
like, yeah, like they say they're gonna meet you
Yeah.
at like the park to play soccer, and then they don't meet you at the park. They kind of just
Yeah.
like, or they cancel like within an hour, like, oh, sorry, I'm like sleeping.
I definitely do that. I'm definitely a flake.
Okay, I mean
Or
like,
well, I don't even go outside, as the running joke is. So, I mean, I guess whenever I do have a chance, yeah, I'll try to plan. But most of the time, if you guys invite me, be like, nah, not today. I gotta play Xbox. So or something stupid. Um,
good to know, good to
I
know.
know, yeah, exactly. Um, but let's see. That's some other questions I have. Oh, what talent or gift is unique to you?
Um, maybe it's not super unique, but when like, I mean, it's kind of weird, but I can like make myself look pregnant. I'm not gonna give a demonstration if that's
I
what you're
know,
gonna ask next.
bro. I love that you went for that. I applaud you, sir. That's awesome. Okay, what about okay, okay. What about like gift though? Like a more serious
Gift.
gift? Would you say like what were you gifted at? Would you say?
Um, I don't know. I'm thankful. As far as like being grateful for things, I guess I'm like grateful for the family that I have,
Mm, yeah.
and the people that I've met and like what they've taught me, I guess that's I feel like I don't know, I feel privileged that to have met some of the people that I have
Yeah.
and that I am where I am in part because of them.
God, that's a great way to look at it, bro. I think I've never heard like one person say like good as that, but dang, yeah. I feel like I'm not going to rant here. I think especially now, like during everything, I don't want to go into
Hmm.
detail about that, but like I think selflessness needs to become, or yeah, I think more people need to be more selfless than selfish. You know what I mean? I
Hmm.
feel like
I feel that,
that's
yeah.
that's how I feel like a lot of people are. I mean, I'm accused of it too, obviously being selfish, but I feel like we need to kind of wire our brains to think more self-like or selfless.
Hmm.
Because I don't know. I just think if we keep going to where we're going, it's just I don't know. I just you know what I mean? Like I just feel like
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, I just feel like people, including me, obviously, like we're so ingrained of like what we want to do with life. We're not really looking at the other, like other people
Hmm.
or other problems or issues. We're kind of just focusing on ourselves.
Hmm.
I think I don't know, maybe like what you're doing, more like communal activity kind of thing. So be part of the
Hmm.
community, do activities to help the environment or people or stuff like that. I don't know. I just feel like there needs to be like more of that. If that makes sense.
Yeah, like more community service. Like I
Yeah.
definitely feel that. I feel like I mean I'm working on a project right now that's kind of like a demonstration of renewable energy.
Okay.
It's a special type of wind turbine
Okay.
that's good for urban environments. That's like a
Hmm.
student project that I'm running.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm not doing enough to like serve the community, I guess. Because I used to volunteer a lot in high school, so
Yeah.
but like I kind of slacked off on that, and so I feel like I should be, especially right now when there's a lot of people suffering. I feel
Yeah.
like I should be doing more.
Bro, please start your own company. Make like some kind of device, and then like make some like nature device thing. I don't know, man. But I mean, I'm not even kidding. You have the potential to do something like that. Like start your own company revolving around some kind of invention to help the environment. I
We'll
mean, I know
see.
it's
We'll
kind of,
see.
yeah, it's really far out there, but obviously get experience at work. But like,
Hmm.
because I feel like the most passionate people are the ones that get it done. You know what I mean? Like they're the ones who put the hard work
Sometimes,
in.
sometimes.
I guess, okay, I guess sometimes, yeah,
It's really hard. I have thought about it,
yeah.
and I have ideas, but I don't know if I have what it takes to really bring a company to like talk to investors to like really get that market.
Right. I mean that I think that just takes for the defense of that. I think I just takes more time and experience to get to that point. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I think maybe wait 5 years when you're at a job and maybe really
Yeah,
really consider it. But I mean,
yeah.
if it has crossed your mind, like keep it to
Hmm.
heart seriously because who knows that
Hmm.
could come into fruition. You just don't know. So
Right.
um
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think right now, at least one of the things that I am interested in looking into more, the technology just isn't there to make it the scale that I would want it to be.
right, yeah,
Um,
I see what you mean.
yeah, it would be the idea is like it's a pollution monitor that you
Mm-hmm.
wear as like a watch, like a kind of like a Fitbit type device.
Okay, yeah.
So, but yeah, like I don't know, I'd have to do some like research more.
Wait,
I would
is
have
that
to do
your
like
own
way
idea?
more
Is that like
research.
your is that
Yeah,
like your own idea,
yeah.
dude? Okay. I can get behind that because it's convenient.
Hmm.
It's trendy, and if it
Trendy
works, it
right
works.
now. That's the thing. The technology has not been developed,
Yeah,
or some of the technology has not been developed quite enough to make it small enough that you can wear it on your on your wrist, like a
yeah.
Fitbit that you could like
Oh,
wear while
yeah.
swimming. Because that's the idea is
Okay.
that while you're
Okay.
swimming,
We're
it
about to
like
cut out in 1-0.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
I should have warned you. It cuts out after an
no
hour.
worries.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're almost done here.
Hmm.
So I guess I don't know. Like you said, like just to pick off what we're just talking about. Yeah, man. I mean, I guess so. When the technology gets to that point, in maybe like 10, 15 years, you might really pursue that kind of dream. Would you say?
We'll see. We'll
Yeah, we'll
see.
see.
There's a lot of things. I mean, I kind of want some sort of safety net before I take that risk because it is a big risk to start your own company, you know.
Yeah, especially
So
now. Yeah,
yeah,
for
and
sure.
I mean, who knows what the market will be? Maybe Fitbit will have like fallen off a cliff. you know.
Right,
And so
exactly.
there's just not a market for wearable devices like that.
Do you want to stay local regarding like living wise in San Diego, or do you kind of want to explore and move out or that kind of thing?
I'm not sure. That's one of the things I've been trying to figure out.
Hmm.
I think it'd be cool to live somewhere else for a
Yeah.
little bit, but I don't. I think I would probably want to move back to San Diego to like settle down. I don't think I could handle any cold weather.
Right. Yeah, dude, same. I would die. Yeah.
But and San Diego is a nice place, so I don't. And I can see myself living somewhere else in California, but I don't know if I would like enjoy something like I don't know Arizona or Florida. I'd hate to live in Florida
Yeah, because it's so humid and stuff. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah.
and like the people.
And yeah, if I what am I even saying? You're set, bro. Because if you land one of those jobs, we know you're gonna be making bank. So like you're gonna afford a La Jolla house. I already know, bro. You're gonna be
No,
lit. Yes.
no,
Yeah. Okay, fine.
not
Maybe,
quite.
okay, maybe I don't know. Freaking PQ, but that would still be awesome
PQ,
though.
PQ houses in PQ are going almost for like a lot of houses go for like $1 million here now.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I mean,
It's like the housing prices just shot straight up.
okay, yeah, then that should scare you because by the time you get your master's and everything, land a job, it's like who knows
Hmm.
how expensive houses are going to be. I mean,
Yeah, right.
because like realistically, if that's the case, like where I mean, yeah, you can live somewhat near San Diego, but I don't feel you're not going to live in like the suburbs or downtown. Like that's almost kind of
Hmm.
that's almost kind of like fact. Like I don't know, what I mean,
Hmm.
or like yeah, I don't yeah. Um, but we'll see, I guess.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's a lot of questions to be answered
there's
later.
so many questions.
No.
No, 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 no. We're good.
Yes. Okay. That was sad.
You know what? Um, yeah. I don't know. We're gonna bounce back. Funny enough, this is the last question, so we don't have to really worry about phone battery or whatever. So I always end it with this question to all my guests. In one word, what would you describe yourself to be, or what have you been feeling yourself to be in like one word?
Well, I think you said it earlier, Kevin, but initiative.
Okay.
I think that's kind of the one word that I'd say best wraps up what I try to do. I try to take initiative in a
Mm.
lot of different things, and you know, that's kind of how I live my life. I don't wait for other
Right.
people.
Hey, what a savage, Liam. Yes. That's cool. That's cool.
Except in engineering, you have to wait for a lot of other people for a
Right.
really long time.
Gotcha. Yeah, for sure.
But
Um, yeah. All right, now we can officially end it. No more
all
worries.
right.
Liam, I really appreciate you doing this. It means a lot to me.
Yeah,
So
thanks for having me.
yeah, thanks for coming on. So yeah. All right,
Yeah,
guys. I
and
will.
sorry for the phone dying.
You know what? We're gonna, dude, rip Seth though. He's gonna have to edit that out. So that's gonna be kind of funny to see him be pissed off about that. But other than that, yeah, for sure. All right, catch you guys all later.